and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to your girl Siren right here on the Siren Speak Show. Hello. Hey y'all. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. And today we're going to be talking about some stuff, okay? Lately, it seems like the energy has been very heavy, very thick. Not just for myself, but for a lot of people. And this whole energy vampire, this whole just energy harvesting, energy is just coming up where we all need to really just watch out for ourselves, okay? And this is nothing new, you guys. This is something that has been going on and it happens forever. It just doesn't get addressed all of the time. So now that it's getting addressed, we want to make sure that we are tuned into it and that we are understanding exactly what it is that is happening, okay? Let me see what's going on here. Hold on. Hey to everyone who's tuned up into, and thank you to everyone who come in and give this video a big old fat thumbs up, because you know your girl appreciate it, okay? Thank you so much. All right, so it's been a lot of crazy energy, you guys, going on around in this world where it's kind of like a pull. You know what I'm saying? A take from you type of energy. Let me say something to each and every one of you that you need to know, okay? You are already a multi-millionaire, okay? You were born a trillionaire, gazillionaire, whatever it is that you want to call it. You are born into wealth. It's just who you are. It's what we're made of. We come from God, so we have and own everything. We are born that way. What happens is life. Life happens where energetically, as we start to experience life, you guys, things are kind of pulled. Our belief system starts to taint us, where we start to believe, oh, in order for me to make millions, I have to go to school, get a higher education, and then get a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's life that happens to us that starts to take away from us. Not only does life happen to us, you guys, our environment happens to us, right? Wherever it is that we are born and raised, wherever it is that we are living, wherever it is that we exist, our work environment, our school environment, our home, our family, whatever it is, we are surrounded by so much energy out here. And unfortunately, we have to learn how to, understand that our energy is your currency. Your energy is your currency. Now, think about that. If your energy is your currency, right? Why do you think the world demands your energy? The fact that you are tuned into whatever you watch, you're paying. For as long as you're tuned in, you're paying. You're putting your energy, you're putting your currency out there. That is your real currency. Not money, not how much you got in your bank account, not how much your credit card limits are. None of that is your currency, baby. You are more valuable than all of this physical stuff that they present to us and they make us believe in as if that's what we should worship, or that's what we should believe in, or that's what we should trust in, okay? They want us to trust in this physical dollar. They want us to trust in all of this credit card, all of this debt. They want us to believe that that determines our value and our worth, and you are worth way more than that. It's time for you to step into your millionaire shoes, baby. They sitting in the back of the closet. It's time for you to pull them out, and it's time for you to present yourself in your true form. The true version of you does not have to slave 40 hours a week. If that's something you choose to do to pay your bills and have this human experience, okay, but we don't want you to believe that that's all you are. Okay? We don't want you to believe that you are a clerk. You are making 30, 40, 50,000 a year. You are worth way more than that. Okay? The energy that surrounds you, the energy that you're made out of, is way more than that. This is why they will pay you. When you go to a job, they pay you not for your services, not for your expertise. They pay you for your time. The clock is called chronos. How much time did you work? You could go to a job and you could just sit there all day and twiddle your thumbs and be like, you ain't even got to do the most. You know what I'm saying? They're not paying you. for your expertise. They're not paying you for your talents. They're not paying you for your skills. They're paying you for your time, because the fact that you sitting in that seat, the fact that you clocking in on a clock, the fact that you're even walking into their building with your fob and you're clocking in, you are the value. Your energy is the value. The fact that you're there brings value to that company. If you don't go there and you don't clock in, they don't make nothing. They say the customer is always right. The employee is what keeps on the light. Because every time you clock in, every hour you work, they pay you for your time, not your expertise. Now, I wanted to start out with this conversation right here, you guys, because I want you guys to understand your value. You are the dollar. You are the coin. You are the currency. The fact that you sit in Netflix and chill. Netflix is a multi-billion-dollar company. Every time you hit that remote, every time you tune in to a TV show, every time you tune in to a movie, you are allowing Netflix to become bigger and bigger and bigger because you're giving it your energy. So you want to be very careful as to what you put your energy towards, okay? Where it is that you're placing your energy. And we want you moving forward. I don't care what your circumstance is like. Put more value in you. The reason I go live, the reason I come on here is because I'm not going to sit up here and give y'all a low vibrational conversation. When you leave out of the live, you feel depleted. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. I want you to put a little more value on who you are as a person. I want you to put a little more respect, okay, with the K, on your energy, on your frequency, on who you are. Because the fact that you're tuned into YouTube is making them a multi-trillion-dollar organization. Everywhere you go, everything that you entertain, this is why Apple makes so much money. This is why all of these phones make so much money. Everything we give our energy to, we are making sure that it stays powerful. We are making sure that financial-wise, that it continues to grow. Now, just imagine if for a second you put that energy into you. Imagine if for a second you say, you know what, I'm going to take 8 hours out of my day today, and that's going to be all me. Like literally sitting down and focusing on yourself, just tuning into your own energy, focusing on what it is that you want out of this experience. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on what it is that, you know, you want to do, what you want to accomplish. We don't even give ourselves the time to focus on our goals. We might think about them, but do we even take the time to create a plan to make it happen? So today we're going to talk about earned versus unearned, okay? Abundance. Earned versus unearned abundance. Anything material-wise you get, if it's a car, if it's a house, if it's, you know, a purse, if it's a new outfit, a pair of shoes, whatever it is, we want to talk about earned versus unearned abundance. Okay, and we want to understand our energy while we are here so we can understand why things happen and why we experience certain people and certain circumstances, okay? So shout out to each and every one of you. Again, thank you to everybody who come in and give this video a big old fat thumbs up, because you know your girl appreciate it, okay? We're going to talk, y'all. And when we come over here, we're going to grow, right? We're going to grow. We planted a little seed, and now we're going to water that seed, okay? Shout out to y'all. Let me see who's up in the building real quick. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, what is it? Reed Monet. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Shout out to y'all. Don't forget to put some mermaids up in the chat, okay, when y'all start to feel me. Hey, Cherry. Hey, you say you stay in hermit mode? Get out. Okay, you've been in hermit mode long enough. Get out, baby, because the world needs you. Right? God give us some time to go in hermit mode, but we can't stay there, right? Just like we have to get out and we have to be able to face. It is drama out there in this world. It is trauma out there in this world. It is chaos out there in this world. It's not for us to not experience drama. That's not what this is for. Don't think God hates you because you're going through hard times. God is going to put you through hard times because he knows the energy, he knows the power behind you to get through. Okay, a lot of these hard times, you guys. So, we want to come out of hermit mode. Hermit mode is only healthy for a certain amount of time. Okay, it's not good to stay in hermit mode. Now, if you go in, that's okay, but we're not going to stay in hermit mode. All right, but shout out to you, girl. All right, some people out there need you. Hey, what is this? Chili Conte? I don't know if I said that right, but it is what it is. Okay. Hey, April BB. Hey. How are you guys doing? Hey to everyone who's tuned in. Hey, Blossom Soul. Hey, everybody. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey. All right. So let me put this chat up, right, so I can keep it going. So we're going to talk about earned versus unearned abundance, you guys. What do we mean when we say something is earned versus unearned? Okay, if you get up and you go to work and you clock in and you work, your 8 hours and then your check is earned, right? You work for that. You put in work for that. What's the difference between you working for that and somebody breaking into the company account and stealing money from the account? That's unearned money. Anything that is unearned is where, we're stealing. So now we got to look at the fact that if we are currency, if we are energy, if we are what they want, what is it that we're giving our energy to people that earn your currency versus people that don't earn your currency? And we're giving our energy and our currency to those people, places, and circumstances. We have to learn how to distinguish between the two, you guys, because we're putting our energy into places where it don't belong. We're putting our energy into circumstances that don't deserve. Okay, that don't deserve that energy, that don't deserve your energy, that don't deserve you. So when it comes to earned versus unearned currency or abundance, you guys, we definitely want to make sure that we understand who it is, what it is, and where it is that we're putting our energy to. Now, let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes, okay, of the conversation, earned versus unearned, okay, talking about energy harvesting, energy vampires, and things of that nature, all right? And I wanted to explain the energy to you guys because I want you all to know, honestly, the value of each and every one of us. We all have value, okay? Well, some of us don't, but some of us do, right? So in this life, what I'm learning now, you guys, and let me talk about a very recent experience, which I'm most sure most of you are aware of. And I said that I would save this portion for the live, okay? When I recently went through an experience of a situation of people who don't earn, okay, my energy, people who don't earn my time, or, things of that nature, experiencing people, there is a darker side to things. And a lot of you, came at me in regards to energy harvesting, energy vampires, and destiny swapping. And it's like it's all over the place right now. And I really think this is a time for everybody to be aware. Because even though my situation, I have made it public and things of that nature, a lot of you have this same situation. It may not be from somebody on social media. Some of you, it can be from your best friend. Some of you, it can be from your lover, the person who you lay next to. Some of you, it can be from a sibling. Some of you, it can be from a family member. It could be from a coworker, right? But each and every one of us, I guarantee you, if the mic was passed to each and every one of us, we all would have a story about how somebody, okay, is tapping into the unearned aspect of us. Like, you getting my energy, but you didn't earn my energy. You're just coming in and you're stealing. Now, there are circumstances, you guys, where people will tap into your energy, and we need to be very careful when it comes to social media. Now, in my circumstance, you guys, I messed up. I made a big boo-boo, but it was a great learning. See, that's the thing. When you turn it into a testimony, you turn your test into a testimony, you'll be okay, right? A lot of us gonna mess up. It is what it is. Now, I messed up. Y'all, anybody seen the movie Sinners? Okay, if you saw the movie Sinners, in the movie, there were these energy vampires, right? There were these energy harvesters and things of that nature. But in order for them to harvest you, you have to invite them in. You have to, when they knock, you have to invite them in, okay? And a lot of us, I want you to sit and think about where it is that you are inviting somebody in that don't deserve your energy. In the movie Sinners, as soon as they invited them in, they was all nice. Oh, well, just let me come in. All you got to do is invite me in and things of that nature. And the minute they would invite them in, what happens? They would harvest them. okay, that would drain them and they would kill them off. So in real life, you guys, where is it that you are inviting in somebody who does not have the right or good intentions for you? Now, in my circumstance, I reached out. I invited in what I consider to be a vampire, okay? And I had to deal with the circumstances and the consequences that came with that. And I'm grateful. God always used me as an example, and I'm grateful. But even when it comes to social media, be careful who you are requesting to follow. Be careful who it is that you are, following, and who it is that you're allowing to follow you. The minute you have somebody who submit a friend request, the minute you have somebody who, tap into your page and things of that nature, you need to do a credit check on everybody. Okay, you know how it is. If you go to the bank right now and you ask them for a $500 credit card, they gonna run your whole history just about $500. Now, when it comes to social media, we're giving people access to us, you guys, in a way that we really, truly don't understand. Because there's a thing, in order for us to have access to these applications, there's a thing that they tell us that they don't really tell us called terms and conditions. Did any of us read the terms and conditions of just Facebook, of Instagram, of YouTube? Does any of us, they make sure they put it really small and they make that a real thick section so you wouldn't really want to read it. But we have to be able to pay attention to that energy right there, because that's where the most important part of this experience of your life is going to be. When it comes to social media, you guys, there's a lot of things that we don't see. There's a lot of hidden words in the fine print that we don't see, that we don't read, that we don't agree to. When it comes to you signing up for these applications, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of these social media applications, we're giving over, kind of like you're signing over your rights a little bit. You're signing over your rights to your currency, to your energy, to your frequency. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to use this application and I'm going to allow anybody who come in. That's why they have to ask. Nobody can't just really, follow you unless you make yourself public. You know what I'm saying? They can't just really follow you or access you. They have to ask to come in. And we're allowing people to access our energy that we may not want people to have access to us, you guys. People creating fake pages and stuff just to follow you, just to request you, or just to, scroll the internet, whether they know you or not. Now, let's go back to my circumstance, okay? In my circumstance, I submitted a request. I asked, hey, you can follow me. I just followed you. You can follow me. I invited an energy into my life that I wasn't ready for. Okay? I was not ready for. We have to be able to use discernment in this world. We have to grow up, y'all. Remember, we're all having a spiritual experience. A human experience. We are all spirits having a human experience. I don't want this right here to happen to, anybody else, but somebody, and maybe their life lesson as well, as it was like for me. But I invited, and not just that person, because like I said, there were others that I was like, okay, here's my page. I have a page. You can go ahead and follow my page. And there were others that came in. I invited them in and gave them permission to drain me dry. I did not come out with my story because I was like, oh, I'm mad at what you did, or I'm mad at your copying me. I was not mad at that, you guys. If I was mad at anybody, I was mad at myself for my own ignorance in this situation. Because there were some things that took place in my life that didn't have to. And I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I started to experience losses, okay? I started to lose things. The things that I told you guys about, the things that I'm like, okay, this person is coming into my life and then they're copying me. It was beyond copying me, because every time this person got something that I originally had, guess what happened? The energy has got to, it's like magic. If I hold this phone in my hand, okay, if I have this phone like this, and let's say this hand says, hey, I want the phone too. Both of us can't have the phone. What happens is the phone now goes over here and now this hand is empty. There's an exchange of energy. So now this hand is empty. It has nothing because this hand has requested it and took the phone. How? Who's to say? But this is how energy works. If someone is looking at what you have, okay, if someone is plotting on what you have, if you're not shielded and protected to where you are able to securely maintain your lifestyle, they will come. Just like if you have a job and somebody wants your position, they're going to do things to tarnish your energy, to tarnish your frequency and your reputation until they get that position. Both of y'all can't have the position. Somebody got to win and somebody got to lose. And there are energies out here that don't care if you lose. All they want to do is win, 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 no matter what. I don't care if you have it and I want it, I'm going to take it. It was beyond me saying, oh, okay, somebody is copying me. That was just the what we say, the cherry on top. That was honestly just the cherry on top. My beats, remember the situation about my beats? Okay, I had Beats by Dre. And somebody started watching me wear my Beats by Dre. And they say, hey, I want those Beats by Dre too. And what happened? They get the Beats by Dre. And then what happens to old Siren? My beats break all of a sudden. My beats broke. I can't even use them no more. Beats just broke out the blue. I didn't pay attention to all of the signs that was happening. Okay? This stuff gets deep and it gets dark. When you invite people into your life and the first thing they want to do, they want to harvest you. They want to take your abundance. They want to take your blessings. Next thing you know, I don't have beats no more. Now I got to go buy a new pair if I want them. My gym membership, y'all, and this stuff is real. I'm only telling y'all this because this is real out here in these streets. It's crazy, but I can give you guys the truth, and that's my truth. The only truth I can give you is my truth. I had my LA Fitness membership, you guys. I showed y'all the paperwork. 2002, 2001 or 2002, I had that membership. I get on social media. I invite people into my life. They go get an LA Fitness membership, and guess what happened? I damn near lost mine. After over 20 years of having it, something happened where I just forgot mysteriously. Now, I've been paying it on time every couple, I think I pay every 2 or 3 years. And I just forgot mysteriously. Y'all, they shut down my LA Fitness membership. Okay? And here I am, and y'all know I'm always going to the gym. And I go to the gym, and they're like, your account is closed. I'm like, no, it ain't. And they're like, yeah, it's closed. And I'm like, how is it that it's closed? And they were like, well, it was closed back in December. This was March. I was still going to the gym every, 3-4 days out the week. This was March. I'm like, well, I've been coming here. I don't understand. They was like, oh, we sent you an email. Out of all the years, they sent the email, they sent the renewal to the wrong email. And I never got it. So I didn't even know. And next thing I know, I have to go and fight. This is why I tell y'all I'm fighting for my life back. Trying to take my, little things. And I'm not saying this person did it. I'm saying this is how life is. You have to know how life goes. Next thing I know, I damn near lost my gym membership that I had over 20 years. I lost my beats. My beats broke. I don't have them anymore. Just mysteriously, we get up the next morning, my beats sitting on the table. Now they broke. I'm like, dang, hold up. I don't even have my beats anymore. Like, now I got to go to TJ Maxx real quick to get me some headphones so I can listen to the music. I had my beats almost 4 years. I think 3 or 4 years. So next, y'all hear when I did the video, I say I had a Rolex. I had a Rolex. All of a sudden, I used to keep my Rolex on a watch winder, right? And because that's to keep it going, right? My Rolex, the time stopped working. It stopped working. So I had the wrong time on my watch all the time, all of a sudden. I had my Rolex. I got my Rolex in 2018. My husband bought that for me for our anniversary, 2018. We're looking at 2025 is when this happened. Now, all of a sudden, I'm going to the Rolex and I'm taking my watch to all of these jewelers. And I finally took it to Rolex. They said, we don't know what, they couldn't figure out what happened to it. We don't know what happened to it. We don't know how to fix it. We can't figure out why it's not working. No one can tell me what was going on with my watch. So of course, who wants to wear a watch that don't have the right time? Now my watch is broken. Now my watch is damaged. My watch is just gone because I'm telling my husband, I don't want it anymore anyway. Just get rid of it. It ain't even worth it. I'm not going to wear a watch that the time is not working. They can't figure out what's going on with it. So guess who no longer got a Rolex watch? Weird things started to happen to me. Weird things. This is why I'm making this video, because it's beyond the person who I initially made this thing about. It's bigger than that. A lot of people think, oh, you're mad because somebody's copying, you're influencing somebody. It goes beyond that, you guys. When people want what you have, that's it. They want what you have. And that's why I say you got to look at earned versus unearned abundance. Because if there is something on that end that's being done to, like they say, destiny swap, or take what you got, or, you know, I just close my eyes real tight and I just envision me having what it is you got, and next thing I got it, then that's some other, that's you got to deal with God on that. You know, you got to deal with God on that. But I strongly believe that this situation was placed in my life, okay, for me to come before people who this is probably happening to, and you don't know. You think you lost that job, that was a coincidence. You think you got in a car accident, that was a coincidence. You think you lost your purse or whatever it may, your relationship, whatever it is, there is probably some evil eye on you, or some jealousy on you somewhere via social. You don't even know the people half the time. Sometimes you just got a profile and you think, I'm just innocent. You know, here I am. I just work my little job. I make $48,000 a year. You know, I'm just doing me, paying my bills, and you got a social media, but there's somebody out there that's probably watching you that want whatever it is that you have. Whatever. It could be your stamina. It could be your beauty. It could be your skin. It could be the, you know what I'm saying, your teeth. Sometimes people are strange out here. Situations and circumstances are strange out here. And it is real out here. And I'm not coming on here to, try to fearmonger or anything, but y'all, we need to get prayed up out here, because people out here that everybody look like us. If everything look like you, it's hard for you to tell the difference between who is whom and what is what. But unfortunately, we have to go through life and we have to use discernment. And that's what I'm saying at this time. I don't want what happened to me to happen to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because God say, what my people perish due to lack of knowledge. God ain't say, I'm not going to put you in bad circumstances. God ain't say, I'm not going to let nothing bad happen to you. No, God said, I'm going to give you everything you need to get through everything you going to get to. So you got to make sure that you're able to use discernment. You got to make sure that you're able to have that knowledge to understand how it is that life goes, because it's really real out here. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Some of you, that sickness don't belong to you. Some of you, them fibroids don't belong to you. Some of you, those cramps or that heavy bleeding don't belong to you. Some of you, that negative bank account don't belong to you. Some of you, that hair loss, hair thinning don't belong to you. Some of you, that overactive thyroid don't belong to you. Some of you, that hip injury don't belong to you. We have to stop accepting all of this stuff that is unearned. You didn't earn that. That's not yours. But somebody can say, hey, I don't want this. I'd rather this person have it. And unfortunately, y'all, it's people out here that actually do this. I had an experience with someone that someone literally, I don't want to say confessed, but they said this to me. And this is when I knew that it was real out here. Someone said to me, that they had a sickness. Okay. They were having crazy experiences, like anxiety, panic attack and stuff like that. And they were like, well, whenever I would have a panic attack, whenever I would have anxiety or whatever, I would just pray to God to send it to you, because I know you're strong enough to handle it. What? This is somebody that I was very loving and close to. And I'm just like, what? You feel like I'm strong enough to handle your trauma, your sickness, your pain, your suffering. So you're wishing for God to send it to me because you felt like I could handle it? Y'all, when I heard that, I knew this was real. I knew this energy out here was real. I knew I had to really get prayed up and really get connected with God. And it seriously has got to happen. All of those things that I mentioned in that video that I said this person copied from me, I started to lose stuff, y'all. Okay? I started to lose. I had a roller. Y'all heard me say I had some beats by Dre. They broke. If I show y'all a picture of my Mercedes truck, all of a sudden the brake went stuck on my truck and my truck ran into my house. Okay? So here I am about to lose my truck. All of a sudden, after we get my truck fixed, next thing you know, my truck in the parking lot, I come out of a store, I can't even crank it up. They said, at first they said it was the battery, but then they said it wasn't. But then they went back and say, let's just change the battery just in case. Just weird things started to happen, you guys. And this is what I'm stating. We just have to be careful out here. We really, truly do, because when people are plotting on you and it's surprised at who it is that want what you have. And y'all, they be wanting the pettiest things. I'm serious. They be wanting the smallest thing. You may think, well, I don't got nothing. They may think you have everything. The fact that you healthy, the fact that you probably don't have cramps, or the fact that your teeth are straightened and theirs is crooked. You'll be surprised at the things that people plot on because they are so into material things. They are so vain where they think, oh, I want this to be like this, or I want this to be like that. She has it, so let me just pray for it. Let me just ask for it. Let me just focus on her. Or sometimes they'll just hate the fact that you have it. So you have to be really, really, really strong out here. Okay, really strong. Let me see what you guys are saying really quick before we move on. But listen, you say, my husband always telling me that people are jealous of us and that we have of what we have. And I always downplayed it because I'm like, what people jealous of us for? But he was right. He was very much so right. Okay, he was very much so right. Because you'll be so surprised at who it is that just the fact that y'all together, just the fact that you guys are together is what somebody, oh, I don't got nobody, but she has somebody and they still together. What? They done made the 2-year mark. What? They done made the 3-year mark. Little things like that people could want. The fact that you got a cute pair of red pumps. Somebody may want that. It could be the smallest of things and it could be the largest of things. The fact that you're healthy, the fact that you don't get sick. Sometimes it's the fact that you don't have allergies and people want that. They want to switch with you. And there are people out there that unfortunately they are probably born into crazy circumstances and they will pray for the things that we take for granted. Oh, this person can walk straight. I went through a phase of severe anemia. You guys, which is a draining of the blood, which is your energy. That's your life force energy, your blood. We all need blood in the body. And I started to experience that in 2023, coincidentally. Okay, I started to experience extreme anemia in 2023, you guys. And I remember trying to continue to work out and stuff. I had zero energy, y'all. I literally used to pray for just to be able to get up the stairs and still be like breathing. Like when I got to the top of the stairs in my house, you guys, I used to have a chair right there in the corner. So when I got to the top of my stairs, I used to have to go grab a seat. There are illnesses and there are dis-ease within the bodies of a lot of us that shouldn't be there. It's only there because of your environment and who you're surrounding yourself with and who you are not protecting yourself from. Okay. Andrea G, you say exactly. Lysandra say, I'm telling you. Child, Chili Contact say, I try to stay prayed up. Yes, do it, honey. It's officially Jay. You say you are preaching. Yes, honey. And keep to myself. So we're going to talk about that part right there. My husband is my best friend, period. I've gotten rid of my best friend, my cousin that I was close to, doing weird stuff, secretly buying the perfume that I said I was going to buy. I bet you probably never got it because they got it, huh? That's so crazy. Buying the perfume that I said I was going to buy, buying a car secretly while I was looking. Who hides this? This is, y'all, that's the thing about it, is that this energy is everywhere. And you have to use discernment to know how to recognize it. And this is what I'm learning. You know, this is what this situation has taught me. I can't invite everybody in. I invited this person in. So I can't even be mad at that person for coming in and doing what it is that they did. I invited that person in. Hey, girl, hey, I have a channel. Subscribe. If you guys see a lot of my vlogs, y'all don't ever hear me say, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. I just let God send his folk, honey. That's what I do. I don't ever say, oh, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. No, I'm not inviting nobody in. And y'all have to be careful like that as well. It's not like, and I don't want to be on social media like that, you guys. I am not on Twitter. I am not on what they call the X now. I am not on TikTok. I am not on Facebook. I am not on IG. I'm not on social media like that, y'all. Because this has been happening to me for a very long time. And the minute I thought it was safe for me to get on social media, y'all, look what I go through. Look what happens. Look what happens. But like I say, I will always turn my test into a testimony, okay? This is some very severe stuff. Another thing that was trying to get taken away from me that I was a little perturbed about was my marriage. I do feel like, you know, this particular person, the situation that I was in, I do feel like somebody was gunning for my marriage. All of a sudden, my husband and I were separated for 5 months. Not separated as in we're not together. We moved and he was supposed to move with us. So we moved from Georgia to Texas where his job, he was transferring. He was getting transferred from one location to the next location. And originally he was supposed to move. We got the date and everything. And what happened was when we moved, they were like, oh, we have to hold off on the transfer. So we moved, you know, my daughter and I moved and my husband stayed back. Now, for the first time in 25 and a half years, we're separated. He's in one state, I'm in another state. And we're like, okay, what's going on with the transfer? After month 1, they told us, oh, it'll be 3 weeks. Month 1 goes by. Oh, it'll be another week. Month 2 goes by. Month 3 goes by. If you watch my vlogs, y'all will see I'm having separation anxiety. And in the midst of me being separated from my husband, I'm like, what in the world is going on? Somebody is over there manifesting a marriage. It's real out here. I started to, you know, when I saw that, I didn't even know what was going on, like I say, until the vlog started to post on it and stuff like that. I'm like, wait, what? But here I am over here separated, you know, for the first time in 25 years. Like, what is going on? What is happening? Something is weird here. And people can try and destiny swap with you. People can want what you have and pull from your energy, pull from your abundance, just take everything that you have because they see you sometimes as being weak and it's not them, it's the energy. I would never have a beef with you. I'm always going to deal with the force that is behind you. I would look past you every time. But that thing that is driving you, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm tapping into. That's what I'm going to face right there. Okay. Hey, Cherry, hey, you said you didn't mess up Siren. You was being friendly. Y'all could have known. I agree. Beautiful Beauty said, yeah, I did that too. I stopped speaking to my cousin several times. I had to get out of that family supposed to stick together mentality. Yeah. If I'm the only loyal person, that don't benefit me. See, one thing about the way what they call Satan, the devil, one thing, he's in many forms, many costumes. Okay, and come in the form of anybody, a friend, a lover, a coworker, a neighbor, a mailman, okay, the cashier at the grocery store. I'm not saying trust no one. I'm saying really you have to build yourself up to a point where you can deal with this stuff, because it's going to happen. Otherwise, we'll have to be in hermit mode. We'll never want to leave the house. We'll never want to get out. We'll never want to deal with people. But a part of our experience is to deal with people. You know, we just have to learn how to master it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to understand in this situation. Okay. Someone did this to me. My grandmother came to me in a dream to tell me to stay away from her. She was praying my downfall. Yes, y'all, people do be silently praying for your downfall. And when you have loved ones who can come to you through your dreams, that's a beautiful thing. That's a very powerful blessing. Okay. Shout out to grandma. Okay. Because they'll let you know. Hey, Siren Girl, I'm happy you're speaking about this. That's why they are copying you, because they think since you're not on social media that no one will notice. Yeah, I had to, y'all, I was on social media back in the day. A lot of you know I write, record my music. It got real deep with just that. That alone ran me off of social media. And a lot of people, especially a lot of the smaller YouTubers, say, I just deleted my videos because I got tired of them copying. That's not what we got to do, y'all. See, it's time for you to suit up and boot up. We can't run away. Otherwise, they will continue to win. You got to face them and you got to conquer them. Don't let them run you off social media. Don't let them make you take down your platforms. Don't let them make you stop going after your dreams. Don't let them make you, stop doing anything that your mind is set to do, because that's how they win. So we got to fight this, and we got to stay in the battle, and we have to really conquer. We have to learn how to conquer them, because they are out here and they are all over the place, and they look just like you and me. Okay. Plus, I think you remind her of her mom. When you get a chance, look up a pic of her mother. That is so freaky, y'all. Because honestly, the reason I took it lightly, because I feel, okay, like her mom came to me and asked me to take it easy on her. I feel like that. And I think that because I am a healer, okay, I deal with crisis. I deal with people who have passed over loved ones all the time. And that's why, y'all see, I kind of do really stay to myself and stuff, because I pick up on a lot of energies and stuff like that. And I feel, I'm just going to say it like that, because I'm not talking about anybody's mom or trying to bring that into a conversation, but I feel that it was her mom. That one, I feel like, was trying to get my attention, because I do feel she's very concerned. But I do feel like that was her mom that came. And that's the reason I told you guys I took it lightly. I took it very light, out of respect. You say, time I know now, immediately unsubscribe to you. Yes. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, Kim. Yes. Got to use that discernment, very much so. Okay, you guys say, yep, I introduced someone to my person friend group. I'm no longer friends with them after 10 years, and them and that person are now are now clicked up. That's how it be when they come together, when they link up. Because you probably think that you introduced them, but energetically, they already probably knew of each other energetically, and they needed you to bring them together, because whatever it was trying to come against you couldn't come against you with just one person. It was trying to come against you with a group of people. And that's how it happens a lot of time. You guys, this energy will come against you via all your friends, or you be like, damn, how some people say, when I get a boyfriend, I tend to date the same type of guy who dogged me out. It was like, I will always attract the same type of friend, somebody who's just broken and somebody who wants to mirror my life. And it just got to the point where I'm like, okay, look, this is just insane. This is just crazy. But yeah, that's insane that they came together. But the good thing is you got out, honey. Okay, you got out. But also, don't stop speaking up about this. This will open doors to everyone on here who is being taken advantage of. Every time you peep someone copying you, take note and make a video, period. You already know. I got a couple in the chamber. Okay, I got a couple in the chamber. And, like I said, it doesn't feel good, because it's not like, I was in a position where, okay, if I wear this hat and then now you're going to wear it. Like, that's nothing. I'm not concerned about that. But what I notice is it's beyond just, I like that hat, I want to take that hat. Like I say, the things that they started to get, I started to lose. Okay, I started to lose under crazy circumstances. And when I say it gets big and deep, y'all, I really don't want to go that deep with it, but it gets big and deep to the point where I had to address this. I had to take my life back. I really truly did, y'all. I deleted my page the first time, and I put it back up. I created a whole new page, and then it was just like they went on that page, and then I created, this is my third page, okay? This is my third page, y'all, okay? And it's just, I have vlogs that went up that was like 2022, 23. Y'all don't see those because I deleted those vlogs. I didn't know how to download them and then transfer. I didn't know that at the time. So I just went and deleted a whole bunch of my vlogs and would start over on a whole other page. But this time I said, I'm just not running. I have to face it. God said, you're going to always run. If you choosing to run, you're going to always run. So now you have a choice. What you're going to do? You're going to keep running, or you're going to stop and you're going to face this demon that I keep sending your way, because I'm going to keep sending it to you until you conquer it, because I gave you everything you need to conquer it. So when you going to learn, right? So yeah, we're going to keep speaking about it. They are monitoring spirits. Yes, it is definitely heavy on that out there, y'all. Because to me, it seems like she was slowly morphing into you. It did get freaky. It felt like that, you know, to me as well. And it got kind of weird because it was like, at first it was, I would do something and then that person would do it. That's how it was at first for a while. Then it was, I was thinking of doing something and then this person would do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, what the? Just weird, odd little things. If I show you guys so many, that's why I say it's a lot of stuff I didn't show you guys, because I didn't want it to get too, you know, too heavy. But it did. It got really, really, really heavy, to the point where, like I said, I didn't really recognize myself. I wasn't going to the gym like I used to. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, my husband wasn't, like, we wasn't going on dates, you know, we wasn't like together, you know, he's in one state, I'm in another. Me and my husband never been separated like that before. Never in 25 years. When I move, you move. Just like that. That's how it has always been. You know, one of my trucks got in an accident. The other truck I lost. Let me tell y'all the freaky thing about that. So I told y'all I had the Range Rover. I had two trucks, right? Remember, I had two trucks. All this stuff broke me all the way down to what? Barely one. Because the second one got in a major accident, right? It's crazy out here when people are trying to morph into you and become you. Instead of doing the work, they want the unearned. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing the earned. So I ended up, you know, losing just about everything I told y'all about. I don't have anymore. Everything I said that I had this, I had that. I don't have, only thing I have now is my LA Fitness membership that I just got back, and my husband that I just got back, okay? Because let me tell you something. When I say that thing sent me into that corner, honey, I had to, what is going on? What do I need to do? What is happening? I didn't recognize who I was, y'all. So much was just being just taken, and I just didn't know who I was anymore. And I just was like just a little zombie almost, living a life that I didn't feel was mine. Coincidentally, another weird thing happened. And like I say, I'm not blaming this person or this situation. I'm just saying a lot of coincidentally freaky things started to happen. What happened, when was that? March, I think it was March of this year. I lost my pet. Yeah, I got a little net. I lost my pet. I ended up having to put my pet to sleep because my pet got real sick. And my pet got real, I had my pet 15 years. That was my best friend. She was my best friend, okay? I had my pet for 15 years. Hold on, y'all, because I just, whew. So, take it in. I had my pet. Oh, Tyler. I think I'm gonna need a napkin. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. And this has nothing to do with her. Give me a napkin. This is from over there, baby. That where the napkin's at. This has everything to do with life. This is just life. Thank you. All right. I had my pet for 15 years, right? And she got sick. She got really, really, really sick within probably the last 9 to 10 months. And I started to take her to the doctors, and they couldn't tell me what was going on with her. And she was just like uncontrollable, urinating. And her food started to make her sick. Oh God, y'all, I'm so sorry. Her food started to make her sick and stuff like that. And, it was just like, what's going on? I kept taking her to doctors and they just couldn't find anything wrong. They kept telling me it was just old age. They were like, it's just old age. That's all it is. She's just, she's just at that age. We can't find anything wrong with her. So I had to make a decision, or I chose to make a decision to have her put to sleep. And that was in March, because I couldn't figure out what was going on with her, and the responsibility of what she was experiencing was just too heavy. I was separate from my husband. I'm in one state, he's in another state. I, had lost a couple of things. Not really like that, big thing, but, I had just made this big transition in my life, and this was supposed to be a happy moment in my life. And it got to the point where I had to make a decision because my pet wasn't getting better. She was just sick, and it was just weird when the sickness could not be explained. And I had to make a heavy decision. To have her put to sleep. And I vlogged it. So for those of you who want to see that vlog, you will see it. I think it's that I had to make a decision, or something, my pet putting my best friend to sleep. I don't know. But I did vlog it. And it was a weird experience when I started going through the videos to create the video that I made. Right after I lose my pet, the next vlog of this person says, I got a new pet. That's when I knew something strange was happening. And like I say, I don't blame this person. This is just a crazy circumstance. This is just a coincidental type of circumstance. But it weighed heavy on my heart when I had to go through that and see, wait, what in the world? Like taking something so lightly, you know what I'm saying? A situation where I'm just like, what in the world happened here? So I didn't know the extent of the pet, you know what I'm saying, that this person got. It was just, oh, I got a pet right after I lose mine. It's like, what else do I need to lose? My husband is over there and my pet is gone, and, my truck is gone, my rollers is gone, everything is just gone. What is happening here? So this is when I tell you guys, I had to take my life back. I had to say, either I'm going to accept this and allow this to continue, or I'm going to do something about it and say, no more. I'm not tolerating this anymore. And like I said, this is just circumstances that happen to all of us. This happened to me before. You know what I'm saying? This person. This has happened to me before in life, where people want what you have or wanted something that I had. And I just sat back as the nice person and just allowed people in different circumstances to come into my life, take what it is that I have, and just, keep doing it like that. But it's like energetically, we can't be bullied. We no longer need to be bullied. Okay. We have to learn how to step up into our power, step up into who we are. And like I said, I don't want this experience for me to go in vain. I don't want it to be light. I really want to use it as a light for other people to pay attention, y'all. There's so many signs that we get. A lot of you get dreams. Okay, I don't know how many. I would have to say at least 80% of the people are like, I dreams to tell me, I dream about people, or I get a feeling on my stomach, or we have something called the intuition. We have something called an intuition, and it guides us. It's kind of like our internal map that God give us when we come here to say, listen, this gonna be your little powerhouse right here. And we have to know better. We have to learn better. We have to use discernment, because a lot of us, we have children. A lot of us, we have marriages. We do have things that we love and things that we, really respect and things that we want to keep. And we have to learn how to protect ourselves. We have to learn how to protect our valuables. And it's not just about the material stuff. It's your children. It's your significant others. It's your job. Okay. It's your vehicles. It's your, like I said, that purse, them clothes, whatever it is, whatever your valuables are, you really going to have to learn how to protect that. All right, let me see what you're saying. Just walked in and caught you live. You're live. My condolences, beautiful person. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. My pet, that was my dog. Every time y'all see me on trips or what, y'all gonna see her. She was the sweetest thing. And sometimes I do curl up in a corner and wish it was something that I could have did to protect her. And there's a lot of, guilt that tried to come in my heart about this situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I say on Sinners, like I invited that energy into my life. And, you just really have to protect yourself, y'all. You say now, G going to make up a story that one of her pets passed away. Listen, y'all ain't catch on to it. It's already been done. Y'all ain't catch on to it. Peep the dates. Okay, peep the dates. That's all I'm gonna say. Just peep the dates and peep the scenarios. It lines right up. It just falls right in line each time. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. You say, and G don't even like animals at all. At all. Like, really at all. You absolutely had to speak on it. Yes, I did. I wanted to, y'all, I was silently suffering for years. And it's beyond what people think. Like, oh, you really think it's about somebody copying you. Listen, I already said that ain't the only one. Okay. But it's the fact of how much I have lost. It's the fact of something simple like a damn gym membership. They want that. Like, everybody go get that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, the gym is everywhere. Just go up there and get it. But sometimes people don't want it. They just want what you have. I don't really care for a membership, but I want one because you have one. And that's what changes the frequency of it. That's what changes the chemical in it. Okay. I never heard your channel before, but it played in my sleep. Okay, let me see. Hold on, girl. Let me get this. I never heard your channel before, but it played in my sleep and woke me. Okay, I get it. I watched that other channel for weeks and couldn't determine why I didn't like that young lady. Never did subscribe to her. Yeah, it was just, you guys, when it comes to, social media, it's just something to keep us what we feel like entertained. But remember, anything that keeps us entertained, if it has no value, then it's taken from us. Even though we're watching it and we're getting nothing from it, but that's how this dimension that we live in, it benefits off of your attention. So if you're not getting anything to help you to grow, that means something is, if they're not depositing into your currency, then they're withdrawing, they're taking away from your currency. Okay. Yeah, I did that too. I stopped speaking to my cousin. Okay, I saw that. Worry. Just trying to connect with folks. Someone did this to me. My grandmother. Okay, where am I? Did I go back up? I think I went back up, y'all. Okay. I went back up. You say these coincidences are too much. Oh my. It was a very crazy experience. Like I say, y'all, it was a little deeper than what I put into the video. And like I say, I feel like it's beyond her. I feel like this is just a message that needs to get out for us all to really protect, and shield ourselves. And anytime God want to use me, okay, as a testimony, it is what it is. I'm okay. I'm here to work, and that's what I do, But like I said, there were other things. And I'm like, y'all, it gets so crazy, it gets so deep, but there were other things, what I'm saying? When you put yourself out there, you have to, and I think we need to learn how to put ourselves out there. You know what I'm saying? We need to learn and understand that it's not okay to put something, we got to learn how to gatekeep. It's not okay to put everything out there. Some things you have to keep sacred. You know what I'm saying? My relationship with God, I keep that sacred. That's not something that I put on blast and, but this is how I could, you know what I'm saying? That's something that I keep sacred. My marriage, you know what I'm saying, is something that I keep sacred. Y'all see my husband in my vlogs, but, and I talk about our situation, but it really don't go no deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, anything that go on with me and my husband, nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just see him say hi here and there, and that's pretty much it. But some things we have to make sure that we keep sacred, even in the workplace, you guys. Sometimes I remember when I was going to a job, right? I was working at this job, and I had just bought a brand new car, right, y'all? I had pulled up to the job, y'all, and like about a week after me going to work, somebody keyed my car. Just out of like, I had no beef with nobody. Like, who would do that? And it wasn't like a big old deep kid, but it was like a nice look. You could tell somebody was hating. You know what I'm saying? So it was just stuff like that. Like, you never know who it could be. You never know who it could be sometimes. So you're really going to have to use discernment. You say in Siren not to scare you, but don't be surprised if she has looked up your whole family and know where you live. I'm not really surprised at anything like that because, they have like the dark web and, information is so readily available to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, sometimes you don't even have to be in this situation for stuff like that to happen to you. I remember before when I was living in Georgia and I had a young lady who popped up on me in the mall, like, how did you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, just popped up on me. Not a bad thing, but, she just like popped up on me, just wanting to meet me and stuff like that. And I was just like, whoa, like that was just so crazy that people can look up where you are and find out, where you live and where you go and things of that nature. So, it's possible. Anything is possible. Okay. Folks just got to be themselves. Folks just got to be themselves and original. Some people just not happy with themselves. Some people, honestly, I don't care what it is that you try to help them with. Some people they're not happy with themselves. Okay. Some people not happy for as long as you happy. They will pretend as if they happy for you, but they're not happy that you're happy. That's all it is. They want you miserable. Some of these energies out here want you miserable. They want to see your downfall. They want to see you fall. They want to see you broken. Some people get mad because you probably don't have anything, right? But you got peace in your heart. And some people mad at that. They mad that you able to just peacefully go through any situation. And they're pissed off at that. Like, they mad at you. They hating on you because you refuse to let things bother you. And I can't say, you always trying to look at the positive. They mad at you because you want to be highly vibrational and things of that nature. So it just, child, listen, you got to deal with people. Saying my best friend girl from high school had witchcraft put on her from college, found out late. Oh, but God, she tried destiny swapping. Oh my God. Yeah. Now see, stuff like that, y'all, it just, you never know. Okay. You never know the extent people will go. And I'm going to say, when it comes to that, I do feel like a lot of the I'm going to say a lot. Okay. I'm going to say some of the YouTubers, and not just YouTubers, you have celebrities. People will go and have work done so that they can have a certain position. Some people will do work, okay, to have their platform be big and because they want to be famous, or, you know what I'm saying? And I know of a few YouTubers that to this day, you can clearly see that that's what they've done. One of them specifically said that's what she did. But I guess it kind of ran off some of her subscribers. So she kind of like backpedaled a little bit. But she clearly said, how you think I got my platform, the way it is, because she went to I guess a spiritual worker and had some work done on her platform. But I'm like, yeah, how you feeling today? That's unearned, okay? That's that unearned that we're talking about. Earned versus unearned, honey. You better do it the righteous way if you want it to last long and if you want it to feel good, okay? Because the minute you tap into that unearned energy, honey, karma is coming for your arse, okay? Karma is coming for your arse, because what happens is you could do all that work to bring something into your life, and it's like that big old ball. That ball is going to come and it's going to bring whatever it is you asking for, but when that ball swing back, it's going to take something just as valuable. It takes back the equal energy. It's not going to bring you something big and take back something small. It's going to bring you something big and it's going to take something big from you. So just imagine what that was, okay? It's called karma, and it's cray out here. It's cray. I don't want no big old platform that hard. I don't want no big old platform that bad. I feel like this is just a part of my work. That's how I am with this. I feel like this is just a part of my work. That's the only reason. I told y'all I'm not on social media like that. I don't care for the attention from others, but apparently God gave me a voice and he wants me to speak, and there's certain things that he wants me to say. And when I feel called to just give out a message, that's what I do. If you guys watch my vlogs, y'all see all the time, I'm always talking about health or talking about eating this way or, learning about this. Do your research on this. I talk about using healthy sanitary napkins, using cotton on your bed sheets, try to find cotton underwear, I try to teach so much as I can while I'm here, right? That's all we could do. As long as we in our purpose, I feel like it's going to be protected. Yeah, you may have some little downfalls or some things that may happen along the way, but that's the only path that's protected, is the one that God put here for you. As long as you're walking in your purpose, you'll be okay. You say, I can relate to you. I've had stalkers before. That's why I feel when you speak. Yeah, those stalkers are crazy, y'all. I just feel like sometimes I have to say to myself, like, God, created you to be able to conquer stalkers, or maybe that was my mission in this lifetime, to conquer stalkers, because I've dealt with it. So that's why y'all don't find me on social media. You don't find me on it because it was just crazy. I'm just like, sometimes I feel so just me. I'm like, this is just who I am. I'm not out here trying to, boast or no. I'm just like a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. I'm a wife. You know what I'm saying? Just minding the business that's mine. That's it. That's all. Sometimes I do want to support other people as they mind their business. That's all. But some people not happy with that. Oh, you mind your own business? Oh, hell no. See, and they want to bring disruption, disruption in your life. Right? But, any storm, as long as you prepared, honey, I don't know what storm you send. You got to be prepared. Okay. I feel you. They scratched it. Y'all silly. I can relate to you. Okay. I've had stalkers before. Okay. I'm sorry. But it's so safe. LOL. It's fake success. I can agree with that. I think that's why it don't really last, and they have to do so much to make it last. You got to continue putting work into that. You know what I'm saying? To make it come and to make it, happen. And, it just puts you in a different category of an experience. And I'd rather something be sincere. You know what I'm saying? I honestly rather something be sincere than to go out there and, have people do things. When I was in the music industry or entering the music industry, you guys, this ain't nothing compared to that. I ain't gonna lie. This ain't nothing compared to that. When I was entering the music industry slowly, child, they ate me up so quick. I got out quicker than I got in, okay? I was not one to sign a contract or a record deal. I went in full independent, sponsored, and, taken care of by my husband. He paid for everything that I needed. And y'all, it's wicked. It is wicked out there, okay? And if you think that the YouTube world is like petty and scratchy, you ain't seen nothing. Them mofos will get rid of you. Okay, it's a whole other ball game. When they see you as competition and you don't want to be clicked up, because the minute you get in, you got to get clicked up. You got to get clicked up, especially you're not going to get in that industry by yourself and just do your own thing. Oh no. Unfortunately, we got young Dolph. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who wanted to just look, I don't want to be clicked up. I just want to, do my own thing. I'm good. I got my own money. Unfortunately, y'all, that Hollywood is not a world that you want to be in. Honestly, from my experience, I think the people are weird. I don't know. Have you ever been around a real like celebrity like that, y'all? Like I'm talking, it's a whole other ball game. It don't seem real. When you get kind of close to them, it's just like something is off. I don't want to talk about the people that I experienced, but it's weird, okay? And it was just something like they come at you. I've been dealt with you guys in so many different arenas. I had the music industry, okay? They came for me. Tamar, y'all keep saying that my Braxton, no. Tamar came for me. Yes, she did, okay? Very petty out there, very scratchy. So it was the music industry, you guys, that I had to deal with that craziness that took place. Then it was reality. It was a first conversation, not even a first full conversation about me possibly being on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay. But it was a scratchy situation to where I'm like, oh, no, like, I don't think that's for me. And it fell through, right? That fell through. So that was a whole other scratchy. So now we're moving from Love and Hip Hop Miami. I think Erica Mena, was Erica on at that time? I met Erica Mena, beautiful, great girl. I don't know if she acts for TV, but Erica Mena she is a sweet, I don't know. Like I said, I think she probably put on for reality TV, but when I met her and, dealt with, she was so sweet. She was so sweet. But it was early on when she had first got into the game. She wasn't big in it like that. She had first got into it. So now I'm looking at the reality TV side of it. And yes, that scratchy is even worse over there. So I went from the music industry to reality TV. I was on an episode of Love and Hip Hop. Not Love and Hip Hop, of Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's how I met Portia, Nene. Y'all see, I have pictures and stuff with all of them, right? I met all of them. That's a whole other scratchy, y'all. It's very catty. I don't care wherever you go. Then my husband and we owned a corner store. Listen, that wasn't scratchy. That was bang, bang, get them. So we owned the corner store, right? And we are in an all black, community. We're in an old community of ours back in the day. And a lot of the, the Arabs, y'all know the Arab stores, okay? The corner stores, they sold the hair and stuff back in the day. So, they had the little corner stores and stuff. We didn't sell hair. We was just a regular like corner store. You know what I'm saying? We had like pool tables in there. We had like, food, drinks. We didn't even sell like alcohol. We sold sodas, chips, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, cigars, all of that, black and white, we were just a little corner store. We was like the little black couple that owned the corner store, but we had a whole bunch of like Arabs that owned like the other corner stores. And then the gas station, y'all, they linked up on us when they saw black folk up in the building. They called every service they could on us every day. The services was coming to shut us down. Oh, you got to get this paperwork. Oh, you got to get that fixed. Oh, this is not right. Oh, y'all. We could barely run our store and keep it open because they were constantly calling all type of like departments on us and stuff, y'all. It was crazy. Like this scratchy stuff right here is nothing. We were in a all black community. We're with our folk, y'all. And they teamed up on us. Because what happened was our people, of course, they're going to be like, listen, we coming to y'all. Okay. But we didn't sell hair and stuff. We just sold regular like corner store stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't like that, y'all. When I say that was the worst, and it got really bad because eventually they did start with their little ritual stuff. Then we started finding weird stuff by the door and, in front of the building. And, it was just weird stuff started to happen after they couldn't shut us down with the services and stuff like that. Listen, It was crazy, y'all. That was the weirdest experience I think I had. All of this other stuff here, this scratchy stuff, like I say, this is nothing compared to what we went through with that right there. So eventually we had to shut down our little corner store, but we didn't have to. We just decided to because it was too much, right? Too much going on. And we ended up shutting it down. We ended up selling everything. And, we got on up out of there. Now, next, we had the real estate. Y'all, listen, me and Baylor, we done did a lot, okay? We have, y'all, it's a dog eats dog world out here. It is. It's a dog eats dog world out here, and it's crazy. So that's why I say this circumstance that I'm going through, y'all, honestly, it was heavy because, like I said, I took a few, losses of things that was weirdly starting to happen, but it made me stronger. You know what I'm saying? It really did. But when we got into real estate, we had a rental property. So here we go. We have a rental property, and we're a little couple. We got our first little rental property and stuff like that in a neighborhood that we knew just about everybody that was in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? These were generations where the houses were being passed down from grandmama to mama to daughter to, you know what I'm saying? So we're in neighborhoods where you would think, we cool and everything. Child, listen. The politics get involved in that. When it comes to real estate, now you're looking at politics. That's a whole other ball game. When I say they will stick something on your arse, they will stick all type of fees and that's when they want to purchase, because what happens is then it becomes like, it's like a monopoly. We need to change this area. So we need to move all of these people out and we need to bring all of these people in. Because it's a shift of energy. So when you're somebody who's like, no, I don't want to move out. I don't want to sell. Listen, it's some crazy things, okay, can start to happen. So eventually with our little real estate, we ended up having to sell our home because they wanted to shift the energy. So now when you go over there, our people is not over there. It's a whole other people that's over there. And I mean, houses over there were being passed down from generation. Like those houses were in the family for over 30 years, y'all. When you go over there now, you don't recognize nobody. So they wanted to raise the rent and the value of that area. They also wanted to introduce certain stores in that area and certain gas stations. And in order for them to bring that in, y'all, they need the people around that's going to sustain that. So if they don't have the right people in those houses to sustain the energy of those businesses, now they finna do something to move those people out of those houses and bring other people in that they'll be able to sustain those businesses. It's a crazy world out here. And I've experienced it from so many different angles. Okay, that's why I say this right here, this is just like a little, like you said, a little scratch. This is just a little small something that I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and speak about this as well to, let people know or enlighten people on what it is that, they need to know and do moving forward. Because if it happens to me, it can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You say, hello, your Black people have invested into divination, crystal cards, etc. Life isn't easy, so that's a life hack for them. But I've always heard people that practice witchcraft have darkness and success. Unfortunately, you can have success, okay, without the darkness, but it comes faster with the darkness. No one wants to travel the path to success. Well, I don't want to say no one. Not many will travel the path to success, because in the end, when you travel the path to success, you realize that there is no material things there. Everything that you get when you reach success is internal. It's nothing physical, it's nothing material. But on the dark side of it, it is the wealth, it's the big house, the fancy cars, the money, you know what I'm saying, that they look at as successful. So we look at that and think, oh, they made it. But who made it is the person who has peace in their heart, who when their heart is measured, it is lighter than the feather. Because 99.999% of the time, the people with all of that money, cars, clothes, they have a heavy heart. So, it can, and the introduction of, divination and crystals and things of that nature, everything has a backside. You know what I'm saying? Everything is dark and light. So it's like the light side of stuff like that is your own intuition, your dreams. You know what I'm saying? I think all of those outside things were created as our original energy started to dissipate, as we started to become more and more dense, and as we started to lose these abilities that we had. Remember, when we were first created, we had telepathy. We didn't move our mouth. There was no need for a mouth because we can talk to each other via telepathy. But as that started to decrease and we were no longer able to use the power of telepathy, they had to introduce the telephone, right? So they had to come up with ways, physical and tangible items for us to replace frequencies or gifts or natural abilities that we had. When you look back at ancient Egypt, the things that they built, the things that they were able to do, we look at it like, oh my God, how were they able to do that? Hell, you could move big old rocks with your mind back then, telekinesis. Now we need tractor trailers and, you know, things of that nature to move things around. Now we have to physically get up and take something from here to there. So as we started to decrease, you know, in our abilities, things like crystals and divination tools. And I don't know why, you know, people would tune into a darker aspect as far as witchcraft is concerned. You know, I don't understand the need of that, but I also understand that there's good and bad and everybody has a choice. You know, God gave us all the choice. You can either do right or wrong, high or low, light or dark. Everybody has a choice. And unfortunately, some people just choose to do some really weird, wicked, dark stuff. Now, for me, I chose the path less traveled. I feel like I've reached a level of success that I'm like, I can find peace in my heart regardless of the circumstance. That has been my mission in life, is to always be able to find peace in my heart, regardless of what, you know, I go through with, regardless of what that I'm presented before. Things, I've been dealing with some hard stuff. Like I say, I had real estate, fought that, you know. I had in the music industry, y'all, the stuff that they do to you is insane. Okay, if you don't agree to be clicked up, they will target you. Okay, it's like a bullying system. It's like a mean girl system, but it comes in every category. Don't think there's a category that this mean girl system does not exist, because that's not it. And even energetically and even spiritually, we're always under attack. You know, God said we wrestle not with flesh and blood. Okay, not with flesh and blood. That's why I say I don't ever look at the flesh and the blood. I always look at the principle behind it. I always look at the force that is behind it. And that's what we all have to make sure that we focus on doing. Okay. But we'll come back, you guys. I just wanted to do this little small little live right here. We'll come back because I have a business meeting that I have to take. I'm live on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if there are any specific topics that you guys want to talk about, you can definitely message me, you know what I'm saying, and let me know if there's something specific y'all want to chat about and, you know, keep going. But I definitely have certain topics that I will be introducing, things that will help us grow, things that will help us glow. And I thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.